What's the most disturbing thing a guest has done at your house? My friend Nora used my home to secretly have an abortion while babysitting my 9-year-old daughter, and I only found out when paramedics had to remove a 6-month-old fetus from my living room. My friend Nora and I had stopped by the doctor's office after hours for what she said was picking up her mother's medication for a chronic illness, always helping her with family errands, never questioning why these appointments took so long. The visit took over an hour for what should have been a simple pickup. Maybe I should have been more suspicious about the real reason for that doctor visit. After the appointment, we went back to my house where we had a few drinks as usual and called it a night. Nora stayed over since it was late. The next morning, I had to go to work. Nora woke up feeling terrible with what she said were sudden period pains, so I left her at the house to rest. It worked out because she could watch my 9-year-old daughter while my husband was also at work. While I was at work, Nora kept texting me constantly, updating me about her period pains. I thought it was odd how much detail she was giving me, but they seemed pretty severe before I left. As the day progressed, Nora's pain got much worse. Eventually, she had to call an ambulance to take her to the hospital. I was swamped at work, so I had my husband leave his job to check on our daughter. The breaking point came when I got an angry phone call from my husband. "What have you and Nora done?" he asked, almost yelling through the phone. I was very confused. Before I could ask what he was talking about, he demanded, "What were you and Nora doing at the doctor yesterday?" I tried explaining we were fetching medication for her mother. "So where is that medication?" he asked. I realized I had never actually seen any medication and just assumed it was in Nora's handbag. I was confused why my husband was asking all these questions, but he told me we'd have to talk when I got home and hung up. Then I got a call from my neighbor, who happened to be the paramedic that responded to Nora's ambulance call. He asked me to come by his place because he couldn't discuss what happened over the phone. I went there straight after work. Although he was breaking patient confidentiality, he felt he needed to tell me what had really happened in my house as my neighbor and friend. I was completely shocked by the news and immediately returned home to tell my husband I had absolutely no idea what Nora had planned. He hugged me and apologized for his anger, but I understood he was worried about our daughter. Thankfully, our daughter had been playing with the kid across the street when Nora delivered a stillborn fetus in my living room. When the paramedics arrived, they found a 6-month developed fetus that had already passed away. The period pain texts had been labor pains. The long doctor's appointment the day before had been her getting medication to induce labor, not picking up anything for her mother. She'd planned this entire deception to use my house for a late-term abortion without telling me. My home became a crime scene that had to be professionally cleaned. My daughter asked questions about why strangers were scrubbing the carpet. I had to explain to neighbors why an ambulance and police had been at our house. I never spoke with Nora again.